Hello, welcome guys, welcome to another Toru stream. I hope everyone out there is doing well today. Yeah, it's it's kind of funny. This is probably the first time in a few weeks that I've actually gone live back to back on consecutive days. So I find it so weird, it's like, most streamers, most people who stream, it's just a matter of fact, it's very easy to do. You just, hit the go live button. But I get this weird sort of anxiety about it. And, the fact that I'm now, oh my God, Toru's streaming 2 days in a row. Oh no. It's like, well, I got to settle the nerves a bit, But no, good to be here. Good to be here. I hope everybody is doing wonderful today. 2 days in a row stream for Toru. Welcome, Setsu. Welcome. Yes, 2 days in a row. That's one more day than one day. That's almost a new record. But how are you doing today, Setsu? How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. No, I'm doing well today. So I don't know what time it is or what day it is rather for everybody else, but for me it's a Friday, I'm relaxing on a Friday evening, and what is a turtle to do as a healthy, well-adjusted adult? I'm going to go ahead and stream myself playing video games for a Friday night. So how does that sound? And I actually. Well, it's sort of weird because, I make jokes and haha, no social life, blah, 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 blah. But if I'm being completely honest, I actually do enjoy streaming on a Friday night. I think that for me personally, just the fact that I don't need to worry about an early start, the next morning does sort of motivate me, I guess you could say. Motivate me to, stream a little bit longer than usual. Though, I will say, Setsu's like, 24-hour stream. No, I'm not going to do a 24-hour stream, Setsu. Not for the time being. But I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. If I ever make Twitch partner, then maybe I'll consider a 24-hour stream. How about that, Setsu? But I hope you're doing well today. I had a relatively chill day. Which I'm, pretty grateful for, pretty happy for. And, this weekend, things are supposed to be pretty settled. So, I'm just going to settle in and relax, right? I would, I'd say that I worked pretty hard for Turtle Corp this week, and I will do so next week. But, it's Friday night and it's the weekend tomorrow. So it's my time now, it's my time to rest, relax, take it easy, slow and steady. But, I'll be doing a few things as well on the weekend. So it won't just be, me lazing around there'll probably be a lot of that. But there is actually one thing that I'm working on. So I'm going to go right into the self-shilling, right? Right into the self-shilling. Because I have this new content schedule, this content delivery schedule that, I posted on my Twitter and everything. And the idea is supposed to be that on Wednesday, I post a YouTube video. On Thursday, I do a primarily talking stream. And on Fridays, I do a primarily gaming stream. And, I may have to run that back a little bit and say, well, actually, the Friday stream is going to have a lot of, random talking as well. Maybe not, maybe not that much gaming after all. No, but, on the weekend, that's essentially the time that, I take for myself in order to get a whole bunch of things done. So what do I mean by a whole bunch of things? I'm talking about the YouTube content, I do need to, put videos together. I record them, I record the base footage and then I edit it and that sort of thing. And it all comes together in a neat little package. And, the process gets started every weekend. And I think that, the last few weekends, I think the last 2 or 3 weekends have gone together pretty well for that kind of thing. I have been able to record pretty comfortably, and I've been able to edit those videos together pretty comfortably as well on the Monday or Tuesday. right? And so one of the things that I'm doing here, I'll post a picture. I'll post a picture of my next project, right? So fingers crossed I can get the thing fully recorded this weekend, and then, I'll hopefully have something to show on Wednesday. But let's see if we can get it there. There we go. And you can see my jank setup, right? My jank setup. There we go. So we can see the two model kits that I have been working on for the last couple of weeks, and I have videos about those already out. But you can see what they're planted next to, right? It's a small computer case. It's a small computer case. It's an ITX case, right? And I think I may have posted pictures of it before. But this particular case houses my, GPU-less system. So what's the GPU-less system? Well, it's originally a system that I put together that does not have, a dedicated graphics card. And so it works off integrated graphics in order to, provide, to drive 3D applications, right? And I did actually, I used it for a couple of streams. I recorded some footage. I played off of it. I think I played Hitman and a couple of other games. And I did a wide range of benchmarks, actually. I did a wide range of benchmarks, and I put them inside my Valentine's Day stream. It was like the Valentine's date, right? I had a stream about that, and then what I ended up doing, was talking about computer benchmarks. And the computer that I used for those benchmarks is based on this, GPU-less system, which is encased inside here. However, I have a friend who's, I think I talked about it yesterday a bit. I have a friend who's doing it a little bit rough, especially because of, the situation brought about by the pandemic and all of that sort of thing. But, when we think of the effects of COVID, right? When we think of the effects of the pandemic, most people, they default to thinking, it's the pandemic. You don't want to get sick. You don't want to get COVID. People had to go through lockdowns. People get illnesses, coughing, and, spreading around the virus and all of that sort of thing. And all of that is, all of that is very pertinent. All of that is very important. But there's also another hidden element that I think a decent amount of people wouldn't really consider until they've been told about it. And that is basically everything else, right? Everything else. Every other kind of ailment or illness or injury or, health problem gets sort of pushed to the wayside, because unless it's, completely life-threatening, unless you suffer like a heart attack or something, or sometimes even in the cases of heart attack or stroke or something, like heavy cancer or something like that, what tends to happen is that a lot of people's treatments get sidelined, to focus on COVID. And so you have a lot of health professionals, a lot of nurses, a lot of doctors who are, ridiculously overworked. You have a situation where people are overworked, underpaid, and completely stressed out, and they really have no capacity or very little capacity to, ease their sort of issues. And it's unfortunate, because the end result, aside from like a whole industry of people, encountering burnout and trying to deal with it, is that you also get a lot of people with quote-unquote non-life-threatening injuries, or what we consider like elective surgeries that, are pretty important to someone's health, but may not necessarily be life-threatening. And then their procedures either get put off, or their recoveries get delayed, or they encounter issues at the hospital, or, something or other where, the stress that the pandemic has on the overall industry creates situations where people are not given the level of care that they need to actually recover from what they're suffering from properly. And so one of my friends is like, it's not life-threatening or anything, it's not like quote-unquote serious, but, it is serious, because, he's got problems with his wrist, he's got problems with his hands, and so his mobility is affected, his grip strength, in his wrists and that, in his fists and that, it's affected. And so, he's sort of doing it rough, because it affects his his daily function. Let's just say, like, things are a little bit more difficult than they should be. Moving your wrist around, gripping things, it hurts the wrist, that's never a fun time. And you might be asking in chat, like, Toru, what does this rant about hospitals and the health industry have to do with the computer? And I gotta tell you guys, it's got absolutely nothing to do with each other. But my friend who is going through all of this actually does have kind of like a potato PC, and he has been struggling to reach, playable frame rates in a few certain games, and he struggles here and there. And so, I have all of these spare parts that I'm, like, I can tell myself, I can delude myself and huff on that copium and say, oh, okay, I'm using it for this, I'm using it for that. It's not just wasted space. But if I'm being honest with myself, it is wasted space, because the last time I used the 5600G based system, the GPU-less system, probably was related to my streams, right? And that was months ago. That was a long time ago. So in all likelihood, it's just gathering dust and wasting space. And so what I intend to do, right, is to complete a full build for my friend. Complete a full build and then send it off to him, because like I said, I've already got all the parts here. You just need one or two things. And the entire rest of the system is completely put together. And so I'm planning on doing that this weekend. And if I can record myself, deconstructing the system and then putting it back together, I think that would, definitely be ideal. It would definitely be ideal, because, I want to make a content. I want to make YouTube videos. More than I thought, I really enjoy creating YouTube videos for this channel. I enjoy the aspect of, working on stuff with my hands, and I've got like the cute little, turtle gloves and that sort of thing, the turtle shell gloves. Like, I'm having a lot of fun with it and putting it together in the video software, like the editing software and everything. And I'm using outdated software or inferior software, but I'm having a lot of fun with it. And, it's one aspect, right? And this isn't meant to be like a criticism or anything like that, but like, it's one aspect of VTubing that I feel is, well, I guess it's considered outdated now, right? Like the idea of creating like pre-recorded content, outside of like musical covers and things like that. The idea of putting together comedic skits, or, variety content. Like, I've seen, actually, like a little bit of a resurgence in like vlog type content in VTubing, which I think is really cool. I think it's so cool, especially in like the Japanese space. You have some VTubers that are like, creating really well produced vlogs, and then somehow like using the post-processing, using the editing process to like put their characters in, and then so you can have like, you can like narrate, going on holiday or doing like this and that. And I think that's really cool. Because, obviously the majority of VTubing content out there right now is, streams. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, who am I to talk crap about streams? I'm here streaming right now. I love streaming, but, at the same time, as someone, who doesn't have that much time, like, I can't watch. Like, there's so many VTubers that I like and that I enjoy, and it's difficult for me to, catch everyone's streams. So I think that, having more digestible content really does appeal to someone like me, because, I may have time to watch, a 10-minute VOD or, like 10 minutes of clips or something along those lines, but I don't have the free time to watch like a 3-hour live stream, which is super unfortunate. But I mean, it is what it is, Shaif, welcome to the stream. We'll be lurking. No worries. I'm not sure what you're gonna get up to, but thank you for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. I hope that I hope that whatever you need to do goes well. But yeah, thank you, Shaif. Thank you for coming along. Really appreciate it. But yeah, I do think that, the YouTube content and stuff like that is extremely fun. And it boils down to not having a lot of time to like put into watching VTubers. I wish I had more time, but there's only 24 hours in a day. Right? There's only 24 hours in a day, and unfortunately, I can't spend all of those 24 hours watching VTuber streams as much as I would like to, I definitely can't. And so, the idea of pre-recorded content really does appeal to me. And so, clips is one thing, skits is another thing, but, variety content outside of that, because I do think that there are aspects of VTubing, it's like a little unexplored. And I don't think that what I'm doing with like putting stuff together is like particularly groundbreaking or anything, but it is something a little bit different. It is something a little bit different, and as a result, it actually is very fun to do. And so we can see here, we have my setup here. So this is like the PC case. This is an ITX case. So this is a Silverstone Sugo 13. And this is actually a really old ITX model from, I don't know, it's like from 5-7 years ago or whatever. So it's not a new case, it's not a new design, and because of that, it's really cheap. So that's the reason why I bought it. It's small and cheap. But no, it is fit for the purposes that I need it for, which is, to contain, to hold a basic kind of like computer that is an upgrade on my friend's current system. And I will either be building this over the weekend, or probably like doing something else related to it, right? For the content that I plan to post on my YouTube next Wednesday. So please look forward to that. I'm sure that I'll be shilling it on my Twitter, and I'll be linking it everywhere. But yeah, we'll be going ahead and doing that on the weekend. So wish me luck with that. And you can see in the background, it's like all green, right? And I know that some like content creators and some YouTubers and that, have you seen it? It's like this green screen, right? But it's not just like, it's like the, oh my god, sorry, I'm like my brain is just there. You know how you have this like the Elgato green screen like kits and things like that. It's like a streamer set, and then the idea is supposed to be that you hang it up on the wall behind you, and then when you put a webcam on, right? When you put a webcam on, it takes away the background, so it's just showing your face or you in like the webcam frame and that. And I know that a lot of streamers actually do that, like the face cam streamers and things like that. I mean I'm a little bit of a face cam streamer right now. I mean, you're seeing me right here, my webcam is on. So you know what, I am a face cam streamer as well. This is me. But I initially looked into having one of those setups, for my workspace. And then I looked at the cost. Oh my god. Who would have thought that like synthetic fabric or whatever, like a roll of synthetic fabric would cost like $300 or whatever, $200. Some of the costs involved with like this, this streamer gear, or like this Elgato X and Y, or whatever it is, the green screen stuff. I didn't realize it would be so expensive. And so I said to myself, all right, Toru, you don't have $250 or whatever to piss away on a green screen. You need something that actually makes sense for, the kind of budget you want to spend on this kind of, setup. And I said to myself, okay, so what kind of setup can I do, right? And so I explored, I tried looking at like smaller green screens and things like that, and I was pretty uncomfortable with a lot of the pricing that came up with it. And then so I said, okay, I don't know why, I don't remember what inspired me specifically, but I got the idea, I got the inspiration. I said, oh my god, I know what I can do. I can buy sheets of paper from Officeworks. I can buy sheets of paper from Officeworks. What am I thinking? Going and, buying this Elgato streamer, green screen for like $250 when I could spend $4 at Officeworks and then get myself, a bunch of A3 sheets of green paper. And it's not meant to inherently be green screen stuff, but to me, it's like, it's close enough that it still works, right? And we can see here with like the result, it's pretty all right. Again, it's not amazing, right? You can clearly see, on like on this side, on the left side, you can sort of see there's like, you know, a sort of line where the, you know, the difference between the two sheets of paper are. But in saying that, I think that, you know, overall, I did a pretty good job, considering that I know that they have these, you know, streamer or YouTube content creator green screen kits that sell for hundreds of dollars. And I just went ahead and bought some sheets of paper from from Officeworks, and I feel like I have gotten, you know, relatively equivalent value for, you know, very little money. It cost me like $4 in total. So I'm very happy with that purchase. Overall, I think I did pretty well with it. Now, one thing I will say is that I do want to improve my lighting setup a little bit. I feel like I do have some issues with my lighting, and then because of that, it causes problems in removing the green screen through editing, right? Just because you're juggling with issues where the lighting is not 100% balanced, or it's not perfect, or that sort of thing. So when I edit the videos, you know, you know, when I edit the videos, I have problems where there's not 100% consistency on the green screen, and it sometimes limits, you know, what kind of backgrounds I can actually put that, you know, sort of makes sense. And that's one of the reasons why currently I'm just using like the default background, you know, in my YouTube videos. I've got like the default background, and I think that, you know, once I get maybe a better lighting setup, I've seen like streamers and like content creators that use like ring lights or whatever. I don't know if I'm going to do one of those, but if I can improve my lighting setup, then I hopefully will have the room to like adjust my backgrounds a little bit more, and not have it like, you know, adversely affect the quality of the background. Because if I can do that, then, you know, I can be a little bit more creative. Right now, all my backgrounds is just my standard background, like the one that you see right here, and I would like to have a little bit more diversity with that. So I'm hoping that you know, in the future, I will be able to get like a really nice lighting setup, and then, you know, just work from there. You know, we just work from there, and that's the whole idea, right? Because honestly, like this whole setup for, well, this whole setup for YouTube videos, like I'm using my phone to record, you know? My green screen is like $4 sheets of paper from Officeworks, you know? My quote-unquote workshop area, or my workstation or whatever, is actually just is just the top of like a drawer, you know? The top of like drawers, right? So it's like there's not I'm working on like an extreme budget here. And, you know, I'm doing it because obviously when you're starting out, when you're, you know, doing new things for the stream, you don't want to spend too much money into it, right? Because there's always the problem where if you spend heavy before beginning, right? So let's just say I went and bought that super expensive green screen from Elgato or whatever, and then I used like a proper workbench, like I bought a new workbench, and then, you know, you get like an anti-static mat to place on top, and then, you know, you get yourself like a DSLR camera for recording, and then you get yourself like a fully expensive lighting setup and everything. Imagine if I had spent, you know, over $1,000 into this kind of like super try-hard setup, and then I realized like 2 videos in, oh, I actually don't enjoy this at all. You know, that would have been a gigantic waste of money. You know, that would have been a gigantic waste of money, and that wouldn't have been worth it at all. And that's something that I definitely don't like to do. I mean, well, when it comes to PC things, you know, I tend to waste a lot of money, but as a general rule, I don't like to waste a lot of money if I don't need to. And so, you know, a lot of my initial setup is like super jank and super budget. But that's part of the, I would like to say that's part of the charm. It's part of the charm, right, guys? Right, guys? It's soulful, right? Right. But yeah, like, I think it works better this way because it's enough for me to get started on making the videos and actually doing it. And then if I don't like it, then, you know, no harm, no foul. I just take the sheets of paper down and then we're done, you know? But if I do enjoy it, and you know, it's worthwhile to continue investing into it, then, you know, we can sort of scale things up, and I have the capacity, as opposed to just blowing all my money at the very beginning and, you know, wasting a lot of my time and effort, you know, into putting a system together, a setup together, and then realizing a little bit later that I actually don't enjoy it. So no, I'm happy with how it is. So it's probably going to be jank for a little bit longer, but I hope you guys are enjoying the videos. I don't know if I probably need to update like my my chat bots and stuff to periodically link my videos and stuff like that. But you know, I'm actually really happy with the videos so far. So I've got 2 videos on YouTube right now. You know, with this setup, and they're currently both building model kits, and I really enjoy how the videos have went. Like, it's really fun. It's actually really fun. You know, it's worth spending my time on the weekend recording and putting stuff together, because you know, I really enjoy it. Instead, Susetsu, you spend the money on a 4090 soon. Yes, and yes, and your point being, yeah. No, I think that like that's a bit of a meme. I mean, I imagine that I play into the meme as well, so I can't really blame anyone for saying it. But a 4090 seems like it's going to be ridiculously expensive, because if we take a look at the price of the 3090s when they came out, if we, you know, consider the MSRP, right? From memory, the MSRP for the 3090, the RTX graphics cards, were $1,500 US. And then that, you know, translated to approximately $2,500 AUD. Now, the problem is that I feel like the 40 series is just going to be more expensive MSRP-wise than the 30 series. The thing is that, you know, if it doesn't suffer the same graphics shortages, the chip shortages, then, you know, they're not going to peak to the same levels. The price won't inflate to the same levels. But if the MSRP is more expensive, then we're still talking about, you know, $2,500 to $3,000 graphics cards if I wanted a 4090. And if I'm being completely honest, Setsu, you know, we're talking about like a 4090. That's 100% worth it. 100% worth it. No, I'm not. I don't know. Like, my intent is probably to look at like a 4080 or maybe a 4070 and, you know, see how that pans out money-wise. But no, I'm not gonna buy a 4090. That's a bit extreme, you know. Like the money's there to be spent, but I don't want to spend it. Now, looking nice, says Kenjo. Thank you for the redeem, Kenjo, and welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Kenjo? Hopefully you're having a wonderful Friday today. But yes. Thank you for saying it looks nice. Yeah, I imagine you're talking about like the photo, the setup. So this is going to be my next project. I don't know if you were here when I explained it, but over this weekend, I'm going to be putting together an ITX PC for one of my friends. And we'll see how that goes. But, you know, if the building process goes well, then that's going to be my next video for, you know, for the next week on my YouTube, which I am going to post right now. I'm going to post my YouTube channel. So please go check it out. You know, it's like there's, you know, I've been a little bit inconsistent, a little bit, bit inconsistent with, you know, the release of my content over the last few months or whatever. But I feel like as of right now, I can get myself into a really nice groove and be more consistent with it. So, you know, I'm pretty happy with that. But yeah. With regards to, like, you know, stuff that I'm working on and plans for the weekend, that's probably going to be it. You know, another thing that I want to be doing, hold on, let's look it up first, because yesterday, I actually streamed myself, like, you know, amateur shoutcasting or like, fan commentating over the Pokemon World Championships. And, you know, people in chat might be like, you know, Pokemon World Championships? So what are you talking about, Toru? What are you talking about? Pokemon? You know, the only Pokemon that I know is the anime. But no, there are competitive, like official tournaments run by the Pokemon Company for a variety of Pokemon games. You know, you have Pokken for, you know, the fight in the FGC. You have the TCG, so you have the card game for all the card game players. You even have a Pokemon Go division. And I think there's like a Pokemon Unite division or something along those lines. But the main one that I am interested in is the VGC, which is the Video Game Championship. So that's a division specifically for the official mainline Pokemon video games. And so the format that we're currently playing in and what the tournament will revolve around is Pokemon Sword and Shield, which is, you know, the Pokemon that I have obsessively been playing on and off for like the last 2-3 years. For like the last 2.5 years, I've just been playing Pokemon Sword and Shield on and off, and I have been playing a lot of competitive Pokemon. And, you know, I could probably show a bit more of it on stream, but I'm not really confident in my team building and my team selection. So if like I was able to get a really strong team, then I'd be probably more willing to stream it. But no, I am very interested in it, and I have been watching a lot of the tournament. You know, so it started yesterday. They're gonna do, you know, they're actually in the middle of it right now as well. And then they will finish tomorrow. So, you know, I'm probably gonna be spending a decent amount of my time tomorrow, you know, tomorrow evening and that kind of thing, probably just watching Pokemon. So I've got a really cool weekend, you know, shaped up. I'm going to be watching other people play. I'm going to be watching Pokemon esports, and I'm going to be recording a video for YouTube, you know. So I've got my weekend all prepped and sewn up, and I'm actually looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it because I enjoy this shit, man. You know, I enjoy stuff like this. So we're going to go ahead and get to the Lion song in just a moment. We'll get to it. We'll get to it because this is supposed to be my gaming stream this week. But I hope you guys are all doing well today, and thank you for coming along. You know, I do appreciate your presence, and we'll be playing a little bit of Lion song. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with what happened on the last stream, but on the last Lion Song stream, I actually encountered a blue screen on my computer. Like, I completely glitched out, and I had issues with my PC, and I don't know. I hope those issues don't persist, but I don't know why they happened in the first place. So, you know, it just really confused me, and you know, I haven't had any problems since then. So I just assume and imagine things are okay, and let's just hope, you know, things stay that way. But we'll be going into Lion Song in just a second, so if you'll just bear with me, I'm gonna put on the audio there, mix around with stuff here and there, go to this panel, and we can get into the game. Oh my god, that's loud. Alright, let's go 3-3. There we go. Alright, so thankfully, everything's working. Everything's working this evening. No huge problems, thankfully. But yeah, we were in the middle of episode 2. And so we'd already done episode 1, Silence, and the main character in... Oh, hold on. Let's see. Does the desktop audio not work? Oh, hold on. What is it? It is the second output, because it's my speakers. Wait, does it not work? Okay, hold on. No, the main problem is that everything works for me. Everything works for me, but I can't hear. You know, I don't think my desktop audio is properly displaying on the screen. So it's like, I can hear stuff, but you can't hear stuff. And obviously, we don't want that, you know? We obviously don't want that. So, is it this? No? I'm so confused. Why is this not working? It's like, this should just be... It should just be this. Oh, I don't know. Okay. It's okay, Toru. We'll just make noises in our head. No. No! Oh, that's so unfortunate. This is so sad. What's going on? This is so sad. Game capture? Yeah, game capture's working. Oh, well. Hold on. Let's get rid of that. I don't know what to tell you guys. I honestly don't know what to tell you guys. I'm sorry. I'm shocked that this isn't working. Audio. Alright, I'm gonna disable audio and then restart it and see if that fixes it. Okay, let's see. No, it doesn't work. Alright, well, if that's the case... Oh, wait. What if it's like... that doesn't really... play your rendition of the Lion King song on repeat? Oh, man, it's been a while since I recorded that. Well, I don't even remember the lyrics totally. It's like... In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. Oh, something like that, right? It was something along those lines. But no, okay. If this doesn't work, I'm gonna just get my BGM playing in the background, and hopefully that'll be enough for you guys. Hopefully that'll be enough. Oh, that's so unfortunate. That's so unfortunate because well, when I moved to the gaming panel, like everything was working properly, and I was like, yes, finally a scuff-free stream. But it was not to be, my friends. It was not to be. All right, but yeah, the Lion King rendition, the Lion King skit. I should actually upload that to YouTube. You know, speaking of YouTube uploads, I should upload that to YouTube on the weekend. But we'll go ahead and continue with Anthology 2. So we have, we're working here, this is a bit loud. We're working here with an artist. So our protagonist here for this particular chapter is an artist. And he is trying to he's trying to find the soul in his imagery. You know, he's having problems with properly depicting the inner character of his subjects. And now, we're talking to a psychiatrist. We're talking to Dr. Sigmund Freud, actually, right? So it saved the scene from the last stream. Just, wait, hold on. What was his accent again? Well, I guess he's some kind of German. Like, just keep talking. About what? Anything that comes to your mind. Pictures, words, stories. I see people in layers. And so that's the idea, like, when he gets inspired, he sees people in layers, and that sort of illuminates their character, and it's a game mechanic too. Thank you for the redeem. Thank you for the redeem, Atlas. I hope you're doing well today. I think it might be a little bit early for you right now, but thank you for stopping by. What time is it for you? I hope you're doing well though, Atlas. Thank you for stopping by. I see people in layers. You mean like onions? No. 7 a.m. Oh, that's really early. Well, I mean, depends, because it's early in some contexts, but it's also not that early, like if you need to wake up for work or classes or something along those lines. Just got back from the gym. Morning session, man, are we? That's very nice. You love to hear it because it's the idea that, you're going to go to the gym, you're going to work out at the start of the day. So you're going to start the day right, you're going to start it strongly. That's good stuff. It's like, because I'm pretty bad about gym stuff and that kind of thing, but I do like to go on, bike rides and that, but I usually have to save them until after work. So I'm very sluggish in the morning, which is a little unfortunate for me. So, the fact that, you're able to, you have the willpower to wake up early enough to go for the morning gym sessions. That's really cool. I'm very, very supportive of that. Hope you're doing well. Oh, thank you, Atlas. I hope you're doing well as well. What do these layers look like? It depends on the layers. Some look like the person. Some look entirely different. More like a symbol. It's hard to describe. Oh, naturally. If it were easy, you wouldn't need me. They shift in and out of my perception. What do you think they stand for? Well, they stand for aspects of their personalities. Well, we sort of nailed this down in the previous incarnations of the stream. Hold on. Actually, I'm gonna say I was gonna write some text. And say, audio not working, so I'm just playing my BGM. But then I realized, I actually had the text from my previous stream. Well, I was imitating Zoomer talk. There we go. No. Let's see. In-game audio not outputting. And then it will be like playing BGM on loop. Ha 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 ha. There we go. Okay. Nice. So, aspects of their personalities. Do you see your own layers? No. Why not? I don't have any. I am but a simple man. I see a person and I draw them. I don't have a personality, Dr. Freud. It probably had to do with some issues that I had with my mother, back when I was a child. I'm pretty sure that's what Dr. Freud would say. Rubbish! As a child, I looked for them in the mirror. Wrong mirror. He needs to buy a mirror. Welcome to the stream, Power Fat. I hope you're doing well today. Hope you didn't listen to some of the rants that I was talking about earlier, but I hope you're doing well, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Hope your Friday is treating you nicely. What kind of plans have you got for the weekend? Wrong mirror? What does that mean? What did he mean by this? I don't know. It sounded good. Jeez, this guy's a hack. Father of psychiatry, more like father of hackistry. I've never been able to see them. That's different. Do you see layers in people? I wouldn't call them that. Well, what do you call them? We're not here to discuss me. We're here to discuss you. I'm pretty sure that's not like a German accent at all. So if there are any Germans in chat, apologies for butchering your native accent. I would make a few jokes along those lines, but I'll decide not to today. I don't know what you want me to say. Many of my patients find it hard to talk about themselves. What do you do? I kick the furniture after they leave. Ha 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 ha. Does that help? No, it hurts like hell. But it's better than me kicking them. If they won't talk, how can I help? I swear, it's not a German accent at all. No plans yet. Alright. Well, that's not bad in itself, right? That's not bad in itself because it means that, you're not being called to do anything. And so, having a relaxing weekend where you can just pick and choose what you want to do, I think that's, in a lot of cases, that's almost the ideal. But I hope your weekend goes well. Maybe we can, consider setting something up. I've had blackouts. Wonderful. Wunderbar. No, they're not. I black out. They're not good. Wonderful that you're talking. Not the blackouts. What typically happens on days when you lose time? Well, it's like he paints his portraits and then they leave. Do you... Oh, God. Trying to keep up the voice is hurting my throat. Oh! I get it now. Oh my God. I'm actually so stupid, guys. I'm like... I'm here thinking... Hold on, right? Yeah, I'm here thinking and wondering, right? Why... Oh, okay, hold on. How... Wait. I was here thinking and wondering, like... Oh, is this not connected properly? Huh? I guess not. I was, thinking here, wondering why my audio wasn't working and everything. And then I only just realized that my audio's actually been playing out of my speakers this entire time. At least for the game. Like, it's been playing out of my speakers that I have on, like, the floor. And then maybe it's possibly why, you know, maybe you guys can hear a little bit of the audio, but not the whole thing. And it's because I opened the game before I put in my headphones. And so when the game launches, it uses the speakers as its primary audio device, not my headphones. And so I was wondering why it wasn't playing on my OBS, but it's probably because of that. I'm so sorry, guys. Professional streamer, by the way. Professional streamer. Oh, my goodness. Do you talk to your models? Ask about their lives. Yes, it helps reveal their layers. Well, if you guys can't hear it at all, then I guess that's okay. And then once we go to the next scene, I will just... once we go to the next scene, I'm just going to restart the game, and then that will hopefully fix things. But I'm actually very, very embarrassed about that. So thank you for being patient with me. Yes, it helps to reveal the layers naturally. You're psychoanalyzing them. Alright, that's something he's very good at. Hopefully, you can't hear too much of the background audio. Oh my god, yeah, it's obviously coming through my speakers. Sheesh, what's wrong with me? A few days later. So he stayed here for a whole few days, guys. Let's pick up where we left off. In the last session, you paint your portraits. What happens after your patients leave? I guess I black out. I mean, other stuff happens, but it's like, you know, it's difficult to sort of, you know, explain, right? I spoke with Madame Thernhardt. She told me she was a patient of yours. Oh, all right. That happened last time. Why did I get so surprised by it happening again? She mentioned. There we go. Now he can see the layers. This is where my computer crashed in the last stream. Ah, Spike! Welcome! Thank you so much for the raid, Spike. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Welcome, Raiders. The name is Toru. I am a turtle VTuber. I play a decent amount of... well, I would like to say I play mostly like RPGs and maybe some strategies here and there. But currently I am playing a point in... Actually, we'll give a shout out to Spike first. So I was about to say, you know, what did you play, Spike? What were you streaming and how was your stream? But you were playing Project Gotham Racing, I see. Out of curiosity, wait, was Project Gotham Racing like, was that on like the original Xbox or something? Because I know that you have like the propensity to play a lot like more retro-oriented games or older games, I guess you could say. So I was just wondering, was that from like the original Xbox or what console was that from? And tell me about the stream. How did it go? And also for people in my stream who may not know, Spike is really cool. He's a British VTuber. He's a punk VTuber actually, yeah, and he focuses a lot on racing games. So if you're interested in you know, watching someone play, you know, like older racing games, you know, just basically anything to do with like racing and cars and stuff like that, then Spike is your guy. And be sure to collect enough channel points to get run over. To get run over, because that's always a good time, right? That's always a good time. But no, actually, I'll explain a little bit of what Lion Song is, what game I'm playing. But also thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow, Big Bad Aardwolf. I appreciate it. Thank you. But yeah, give me a second and I'll show you guys what kind of game the Lion Song is. Humbumbawe. Humbumbawe. A wimbawe, 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 a wimbawe. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. In the jungle, the giant jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. Oh, hee, hum, bum, away. Away. In the village, the peaceful village, the lion sleeps tonight. Near the village, the quiet village, the lion sleeps tonight. Away. Wait, the Lion Song is what? It's a narrative adventure game set against the backdrop of early 20th century Austria? Excuse me? What am I doing here? I hope... Well, it's probably too late to get a refund on my plane tickets, isn't it? Alright, I hope that answers any and all questions you may have about this game. So there we go. There we go. Thank you for the follow, TMG. Really appreciate it. TMG Globus. Thank you for the follow. Hope you're doing well today. How's everybody going, actually? How's everybody going? Project Gotham Racing went well. Lots of suffering as usual, but I got through it and made progress. That's good to hear. Look, at the end of the day, as long as you're having fun and as long as you're making progress, that's the ideal. You don't have to, beat, full games in single sittings and that kind of thing. But as long as you're going through things and as long as you're making progress, at least you can say, look, I've done this much, and then, we can reset, reload, and, go for it again next time. Like, that's the main thing. So, now, good to hear, Spike. Good to hear. But yeah, we're continuing Lion Song, and I hope that explains any and all questions that anyone may ever have about the game. So there we go. But we're actually in the middle of like a therapy session with Dr. Sigmund Freud, of all people. Something just happened. Please share it. I want to be excited too. I saw a layer. My layer. Reflected in my glasses. Me symbolically seeing into your soul. No. I wasn't even looking at you. My head is literally facing away from you. Your glasses? I'm not even looking at you.
Oh. Well, that's disappointing. Where did you see it?
Right there, above. Around me.
A secret desire, perhaps?
My own layer. So, just to explain that. So, we're playing as this character, and he's like a struggling artist, let's just say. And the idea is that he sees people in layers, or he sees layers of people's personalities, and they manifest around him. And this sort of like gives him, the kind of inspiration to make his art. But he has some problems, like he's hit like a mental block with his artwork because it's not going as well as he would like. And he also has issues where, he's got a lot of self-doubt and he can't see his own layers. So he's worried, he's concerned. I'm not even like a real person. I don't have any personality. I don't have my own layers. But now he's just started to see his own layers in this therapy session. That's the first time, which is actually, it's good. It's good. Good on him. What did Madame Therenhardt tell you?
She wondered about the second easel in your workshop.
What second easel?
It has a canvas on it, covered by a sheet.
There's no second easel in my workshop.
Well, in that case, I won't suggest you go immediately to your workshop and rip off that sheet.
You're not making any sense.
Oh my god.
Well, that's some way for the layer to manifest, right? My god, it just happened again. I saw another of my layers.
Go to your workshop, Marquette. Rip off that sheet, if you can. It's all downhill from there.
What did he mean by that? All downhill? So I guess we need to go back to the workshop, and then we can go ahead and, rip off the second easel, as they say, right? But no, I find it funny that, like, you know, he sees, like, the layers, and then they manifest itself in that kind of way. That's so wild. No easel. The layers, they're gone. Oh, so there was a second easel. Wow, okay. Oh my god, you've cured me, Doctor. Alright, covered painting. This is like, he's like repressed memories. So Dr. Freud was right after all. It's me. My god. I've been trying to find my layers. But I saw them. They're there. It's me. Is this what I've been painting? Oh! Hold on a sec. There we go. So, what's been happening? I'm actually going to put the sound down a little bit. So, what's been happening is that, you know, as he's painting his subjects, he suffers from these blackouts, and he's blacking out, but he doesn't know what he does in that time. And it seems like he's actually been painting himself, trying to find his layers. And if it wasn't for Dr. Sigmund Freud, we would have never known that this would have happened at all. I tried to find the layers that resonate with me. It's far from complete. Time to finish this. But no rushing at this time. Torn figure. Cowering. Okay, so we can see the different layers of him now, right? Or at least we can hint at them. So, pleading figure, cowering figure, deformed figure, torn figure. This guy is not a happy camper. You know, Marquette, he is truly got the soul of the tortured artiste. This figure bears the closest resemblance to me. During my session with Freud, I saw my own layers, if but for a very short moment. Can I bring them out again? Oh, okay. When did they show? When? So, he asked about the blackouts, right? That's when they started happening. No, that wasn't it. It wasn't? I'm pretty sure it was. I'm pretty sure it was. I guess I just got the answer wrong. Well, game over. Like, as someone who doesn't do art myself personally, like, I have friends that do art and stuff like that, but, you know, me personally, I'm not good at it, and I don't have too much of an interest in learning how to draw, how to paint, or that sort of thing. But I wonder if people who do art are, you know, conflicted in this kind of way, you know? Because I don't know. I guess it's something to ask in, you know, it's a relevant question to ask here, like with regards to VTubing and that, because there's a lot of people in the VTubing community, you know, that are artists themselves. You know, we have the VTubers themselves who are the artists, or you have like fans that are artists and things like that. So I actually do wonder, like, if anybody in chat, you know, wants to answer this question. Of course, you don't have to, but it's like, you know, when it comes to, you know, drawing and that kind of thing, you know, does anybody else actually, like, sort of see people in layers, you know? And so what I mean by that is, like, when you look at like a portrait or a subject for art, right? Like, do you try and visualize different aspects of their personality to try and, like, get, you know, a kind of desired expression that you want for the artwork? I know it's like, it's a really weird question to ask for someone who is not artistically inclined at all, but, you know, this whole story behind Marquette, like, seeing layers and all of that, I actually do wonder if that's something that people really do experience in real life. So, you know, like, if anybody does want to answer, if anybody can answer, if not, that's fine. But I just am a little curious. I wonder if there are people like that. Cowering figure. What is that? It looks a bit like Alphonse, but with me and my face. Was there an aspect to him, something he and I have in common? We're both strong? That seems a little self-serving. I'm not sure. I can never be sure. I'm not normal. No layers, no personality. I'm nothing. Just an empty shell. But insecurity. Insecurity. The true Alphonse hiding behind his appearance and stronger aspects of his personality. I didn't capture it then, but now I can. Not his insecurity, but my own. Oh, there you go. Always looking to others to judge my work instead of creating art for its own sake. There probably is like a lesson in that too, you know? Like the idea of creating art for your own sake and not just worrying about getting judged by others. You know, because it's part of the creation process, right? Like the motivations for doing so. This figure, it reminds me of Madame Fahrenheit. I enjoyed painting her so much, but there's also something about myself, something we share. A healthy appetite. No, like they say experience, but I don't want to say experience because experience is something that Marquette lacks. So we'll say passion. Passion? She's a very passionate woman, but what are we both passionate about? Being celebrated, I think, actually. Yes, being celebrated because, you know, Madame Fahrenheit really, you know, as a former actress, she really does enjoy it. You know, she does enjoy it. Oh, maybe self-pitying. Maybe self-pitying. But I'll go being celebrated. It feels good. Is this why we do what we do? No, that can't be right. Yeah, maybe self-pitying should have been the one. Because, like, you know, Madame Fahrenheit projects herself as, you know, like the main character of her story. And, you know, Marquette kind of does the same. So it's like, you know, you constantly want to draw pity to yourself. You constantly want to draw, like, attention to yourself and that kind of thing. A hastily painted figure. It's hard to make out exactly what it's supposed to be. Oh, no wonder the past weeks have been so revealing. Ha 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 ha. Good one, Franz. But in everyone I met, there was connection. Even with those where I saw no layers, even with no, wait, Granddad? The young who was the young composer again? I don't remember him. Klimt was fine. I don't think Granddad had a layer, did he? Granddad. He brought me to the salon. He showed me the real world. He was there for me, always. Okay, I think we can almost get there, right? We can almost get there with our masterpiece, you know, because we spent a lot of the chapter looking for other people to paint, and then it comes full circle. You know, we go through this sort of self-discovery based on, you know, what we see in the game or what we see in the chapters. And now we come full circle and we paint ourselves. This is me. The first time that I feel. Oh, jeez. Like there's something more to me. Sharing something of me. Reflected by others. I've got to show them. Show her. This is what I've been missing. Okay. So I guess we're going to go back to the salon and talk to that art critic and tell her, wait, hold on, market salon. And tell her, hey, you know, I have a personality too. I have things that are important about me too. Please pay attention to me, lady. Here's Klimt. Finally, I've not heard from you in weeks. Are you all right? What can I do for you, Franz? What happened in the past weeks? I started working on a new painting. It's going to be glorious. Wait, but wasn't he painting me? Didn't he say that he wanted to paint me? That would kind of make things awkward if we're both like releasing a painting of myself at the same time. I have another painting. Well, let me see it. Don't show this to anyone. Some paintings just aren't meant to be seen. No, he thinks it's shit. No. This is me. Well, why is this so bad? Why? Why, Klimt? Why? Our audience, they want to see something mesmerizing, something magical. They don't want to peek behind the curtain of mastery. They want mastery to remain mystery. Unachievable. Don't show them the journey. Show them the destination. This painting, its journey through and through. That's actually not a bad point. That's actually not a bad point because a lot of the inhabitants, a lot of the people at this salon are... Oh my goodness. A lot of the people in this salon are what we call hipsters. A lot of them are like these art hipsters that, you know, are just... I don't know. I guess they're trendy or whatever, but, you know, they're very insincere in a way. I don't know. They're not particularly knowledgeable about art. They're more about being art enjoyers for the status that is involved. But we're looking for Gret. She comes by from time to time, but not as often as she used to. Something wrong. Maybe? I don't know. The adventure, the titillation are gone? She has seen it all, and with you not coming here anymore. Anyway, do you know where Gret lives? If I did, why should I tell you? I could try to bring her back to the salon. Very well. Wait a moment. Alright, so he's getting her address. Here, this is it. Thank you, Gustav. Gustav Klimt. He's a good guy. Oh, geez, Gret's apartment's not that far from the workshop, actually. We don't live too far away from each other. You know, it's not too bad. But once we finish with this chapter, I'm going to go ahead and restart the game so that I can probably get the in-game audio. Because I think it's right. You know, it would... There's no voice acting in this game, so I'd still be reading everything out, but I think it would be right just to have, like, the audio prompts and the music and everything for you guys. Gret's apartment that same afternoon. This is her... What are you doing here, Franz? What do I want from her? Why bother her? No! No! Stop! Stop your self-doubting, Franz. This entire chapter has just been about you trying to break through your insecurities and win the validation from this woman. Don't just give up at the last hurdle. Is this not it? This painting? What is this imagery? Who's there? It's it's me. It's me. You know who I am. It should be like, who? How did you find me? Gustav gave me your address. so I can stalk you. Oh god. What? What can I do for you? I wanted to thank you. What for? Rescuing me. Alright, well, we're going to like full on kneel here. You rescued me from my fate, lady. Rescuing me. I only did what was necessary. Your future is up to you, Franz. I've painted a new portrait and I need you to see it. A self-portrait worthy of Wait, but is this praise or is this a critique? Like, is this a good thing or a bad thing? She says that it's a self-portrait worthy of Van Gogh. The cost was high, but I would never have survived had I not painted it. Oh, that's true, because he had the blackouts. I'd like to buy it. She wants to buy it. No, it's not for sale. It's not for sale. You know, this artwork is mine. There are many like it, but this one is mine. I'm afraid it's not for sale. Oh. I understand. Thank you for understanding. You know, this artwork that reflects me, I need to keep it. I need to hold on to it because, as Klimt said, it's all about the journey. And I think that, you know, it's very important that in order to understand, you know, and in order to chart a proper way through life, you know, and get to the right destinations that you're looking for, it's it's necessary to understand what the journey you've taken so far. And so that's like a little bit of a ramble, a little bit of an off-topic ramble. But what do I mean by that? Like the idea is that, you know, if you want to do things with your life, if you want to go somewhere, if you want to do something, if you want to accomplish something, if you want to achieve something, I do think that it's necessary to have the kind of like, you know, ability to self-reflect and understand, you know, the course of the journey that you've taken thus far. Because the problem is that, you know, once you reach a destination, once you've done things, once you achieve certain things, you know, you can lose sight of, you know, the kind of person that you were and the kind of person that you are in order to get to that destination. And so having something to remind you of what your journey is like, I feel personally, you know, is it aids in self-reflection and these sorts of things. Would you let me paint you? And so if we're trying to roleplay as Franz, you know, it's important for his own sake that, you know, you have some kind of reminder about his journey so far. Do you think you're ready? Look how sad he looks. As ready as I'll ever be. Now let's do it. Although your layers are difficult to uncover. So here we go. This is like the final boss, guys. This is the final boss. You know, we've had all of these previous paintings leading up to this point, and then now we're going to paint this lady, and this is the final boss. All right, here we go. If you choose me as a model, I will help you uncover me. That's all I wanted to say to you. Good. Huh? What? Aren't they gonna like start working together? Why did he say goodbye? Huh? Or are they just gonna like meet up later? What? I'm so confused. Goodbye. What? Huh? What? Huh? I'm gonna put music back on. So. Much confused. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Powerfat. I'm so confused. Like, what? I thought we were gonna paint her. You found reality after all. I found myself. Would you let me paint you, Granddad? Do you feel you're ready, grandson? Are you ready, son? As ready as I'll ever be. He's using the same dialogue, same lines. Would you paint me in my prime, scaling the Pio Alto? If that's what I see. I'm sure it is. It's who I used to be. The deeds that I'm made of through yours. If you choose to paint me, I'd be honored. He's a good guy. Like, our grandfather is a good lad. Our grandfather is a good lad. Wait up! Alright. We had one of our previous portrait subjects sort of like strip down and get naked. So I'm really hoping that our grandfather doesn't do that. Okay, so who are we gonna paint, guys? Who are we gonna paint? We actually have a choice here. I didn't realize we got a choice. So we can either paint our old grandpappy, or we can paint this woman that we've been obsessed with, this woman that we've been stalking, this art critic that we've been begging for validation from. You know, I want to paint the grandfather because the grandfather's been, you know, legitimately really good to Franz. But if we're following the narrative flow and, you know, how the arc is supposed to play out, I feel like we should be painting Gret, you know, because it makes more sense Because at the start of the chapter, she was the one person that he really wanted to get approval from, and she wouldn't look him in the eye. She actually just avoided him. She ran away from him. And, you know, the entire, you know, sequence of events, this chapter has been building up to this sort of like, you know, not confrontation, but this sort of meeting between Franz and Gret. So we'll paint her. Exactly. Can't stop. Exactly. Can't stop the stalking now, or else all the previous stalking will be for nothing. Exactly. So be it. Finn. Okay, but I want to know the outcome. How did everything pan out for him? So that's the end of the chapter, but I don't know how it will pan out for me. So let's see what happens. Like the epilogue. 16% gave the portrait to Klimt. Oh, the initial portrait that you painted. Well, not many. 56% also painted the lieutenant's portrait. Okay, that's fine. 77% also painted the actress's portrait. Oh, okay. So I guess if you wanted to, you could just reject. You could just reject all of the, you know, painting of the portraits. Interesting. 67% didn't win Gret's affection either. No, my stalking was all for nothing. My stalking was all for naught, guys. Tried so hard and got so far. But in the end, it didn't even matter. Okay, so the next one is a mathematician, I guess. So that's like the next, like, sort of, the next profession. Oh, you can hear it in the background because my speakers are freaking popping off. Okay, so, what I'm actually gonna do is... Oh, wow. Okay, we can go straight to the... Thanks to Annie Ketty. Okay, so that's credits. Yeah, we'll exit the episode for now, because what I actually want to do is restart the game. Alright, very nice. A lot of them... It seems like the majority of what I did was like in line with what the majority of people did. So I'm going to quit the game just for a second and then come back in just a moment in order to fix my audio. So just give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. I was about to jump from this, but no, I'm not gonna subject my poor mount. Wait, no! Gamer extraordinaire? Not really. Just a tech and RPG loving turtle wanting to get out of my shell. My grandfather always taught me that life is a journey, and that as long as you keep moving forward, you'll reach your destination, regardless of what those pesky hares and rabbits tell you. And I want to share that with you all, the ups, the downs, and the in-betweens. It'll be a fun ride. I'm going to make sure that they will never, ever cross me again. There we go now. These spiders, they bother me. Okay, there we go. Oh, yep, there we go. Finally, now I can close my background music. I can remove the text. There we go. Hopefully the audio is a lot better now. So we've completed half the game. It's not a very long game. I'm just very slow. But now we have completed the first 2 chapters and dealt with the musical composer and the artiste. Now we're about to play episode 3, which is Deviation. And this deals with the life and career of a mathematician. Central Station at Vienna. I think, wait, is he drunk? I think this... I think this is a trade. My trade. This is my trade. You're drunk. Yes? We're all drunk. What's your point? We've been drunk for hours. Didn't you notice? Here now, what's this? We're seeing our friend Theodore. If we say goodbye, sis, or was today? He's not going anywhere unless he boards the train. Would you like some help with the steps, sir? EVP, I'm perfectly capable of climbing up a couple of steps. Bye, chums. Okay, that's a really bad, like, drunken voice. I bet he doesn't even own a train. Well, you know, Power Fat, you know, like, don't be so harsh on the guy, right? Don't be so harsh on the guy. You know, back then, people's wages weren't that high, because this is based out of what? Early 20th century Austria? You know, people's wages, you know, they weren't that high back then. I'm sure trains were expensive back then. Is the train moving? Classic. Ta-da! Would you like to take the suitcase with you, sir? Very well, if you insist. I have a terrible drunk accent. All aboard! All aboard for Wiener Neustadt. Oh, that whistle. Nice. Oh my god. This guy. Big snorer. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with that. It's just funny. Alright, so now we're in a cafe earlier that afternoon. Alright, are we going out or are we going in? Looks like we're going in because we're playing as this female character, guys. Excuse me, I am looking for the radius. I'm not sure I understand, madame. The mathematician's circle. Ah, clever, clever. So we know that in this particular cafe, they have like a bunch of mathematicians that sort of work together or, you know, discuss things here over coffees. And they call it the radius, apparently. That's clever. I'm working on this theory of maintained... And what would a young woman like you want with such an august group of gentlemen? No, they're gatekeeping this lady. They're gatekeeping this woman because she's a woman. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. I have a message from the university. If you will give me the message, I will see that Herr Professor Zahler gets it. I've been asked to personally place it in Professor Zahler's hand. Professor Zahler cannot be disturbed while they are in session. It is very important that I see him. I'm sure you may think so. But no one disturbs the radius while they are in session. But, madame, this is a cafe. There are patrons lining up behind you to eat. In that case, I would also like to eat. I mean, you know, that's how they get you, right? That's how they get you. I bet you 100%, you know, this waiter, this doorman, isn't even a sexist, you know? He's not even a misogynist. He just wants to get people in the door to buy coffee and get themselves, you know, overpriced avocado toast slices. That's 100% his game here. You know, he's not even trying to discriminate against her because of her gender. It's just that he wants her to come in and spend $20 on a crappy meal. Please show me to a table. Certainly. If you will step to one side, I will see to these people who have been waiting so patiently. Then I will seat you. Sheesh. Alright, door with a circle sign, door with a K sign, door with a peculiar sign. Well, I mean, I want to imagine that this stands for like radius or whatever, but I do want to see what the K sign is. This is obviously the kitchen. Oh, okay. And then the peculiar sign is just the toilets, right? the lavatories. I doubt the radius meets in there. Well, I don't know, lady. You know, they may meet, the radius may meet in the toilets, you know. They could, you know, be doing like some verbal shit posting. Never mind, just looking for the lavatories. Well, they are right over there, madame. Right, thank you. Ah, the radius. I was looking for the toilet, and then you just go into their room anyway. No one solved it this week. Have you forgotten? Theorem. Madame, you cannot be in here. This is a private gathering. I have corresponded with Professor Zayla. My name is... I can't read these names. Does anybody in chat know how to pronounce this name? Because I really, really don't. My name is Reknikzek. I've corresponded with Professor Zala. You must be mistaken. These are mathematicians, as am I. Please announce me. My name is Reknikzek. There we go. And I bet you that they didn't know that she's... Oh, jeez. Her eyes look really sunken. I bet they didn't know that she's a woman. And so they're here thinking she's like an esteemed gentleman. And then, you know, they're going to be like really dismissive once they realize it's her. 100% that's what's going to happen. Yes, we have dined. You know better than... Reknikzek? I don't recall. She just walks through. Just bulldozes her way through. Professor Zala, I'm a mathematician like you. I wrote to you regarding Den's recent proof about Hilbert's third problem. There is some mistake. This is a private discussion of higher mathematics. My letter, name-dropping young woman, is not going to get you anywhere. Mathematics is a complex subject, entirely unsuitable for women. Can I even stream this game? I'm gonna get kicked off Twitch. Oh no. Oh no. You're... Your brains are domestic, not logical. Know your place, femoid. Oh no. Oh no. Oh wow. Amazing. Amazing writing. Please escort this woman out, waiter. And see that we are not interrupted again. There. You see? Do you want me to get fired? Please leave at once. Mathematician like me? Jeez, that's embarrassing. But you know what? She should just publish her theories anyway, right? Screw these guys. Do it yourself. Do it yourself, lady. Nah, but it's rough. It's rough breaking into, you know, that kind of scene. Because, you know, she's just dismissed. Even though her ideas could be good, even though her ideas could be valid, you know, they're just dismissed out of hand. And, you know, that's really unfortunate. But, I mean, you know, unfortunately, that is the world of early 20th century Austria, I guess. Who's this little girl? Okay, thanks for announcing yourself. I'm Nicole. I just moved into this suite on the 4th floor. What is your name? Emma Reknikzek. I live behind that door you're blocking. My parents are in France. I hate my governess, Frau Schmoll. That's all there is to know about me. From memory, this little girl was related to one of the characters. This little girl is like the daughter of one of the characters that you encounter in one of the previous chapters. So I think it's pretty interesting and it's pretty neat that, you know, even though each chapter is a self-contained story, you know, there's like small links and relations between characters from different chapters. And it's sort of like, it's a nice touch to build a sense of interconnected world, which I think is probably necessary for a game like this, because it feels like you're just like kind of reading a book, right? And so having like the interconnectedness sort of helps bring the, you know, the whole together. Plus, in the scientific world, all papers published usually have to go through peer review. That is correct too, Kenjo. Now, unfortunately, I am a little low on the IQ, so I'm not an academic by any stretch of the imagination, but that is true. A lot of scientific papers do have to go through peer review before they are accepted. And, a lady like her, unfortunately, doesn't have a lot of options available. Why do you hate your governess? She yells at me all the time. She makes me study stupid things. She's not my parents. How's that? I'm sure she's not that bad. Nicole, it's time for your music lesson. Sticking out the tongue. I need to go before Frau Schmoll finds me. Ah, yes. Yes, it was very nice meeting you. And a good day to you. I hope you'll be my friend. And then off she scoots. Jeez, poor lady. But also, have you noticed? Like, I don't know if this is 100% intentional, but you can see, like, there's a lot of references and return scenes where you see, what's her name? Emily? Wasn't it? You see Emily, go around the staircase, right? Or the stairs, right? And it's like in a sort of circular shape, you know? So there's the relevance to like the radius and everything. I think there's like a little bit of like symbolism there, but it also was telling that like in the scenes you can sort of like they exaggerate how tired her eyes look, and it's just this idea that she's actually suffering through a lot internally in her struggles to try and be accepted by the radius, which is like a sort of metaphorical stand-in for her peers in the mathematical field. So we'll go. Oh, we can't really go anywhere else, so we'll go to the apartment. All right. Oh. All right, here we go. A state of change can be maintained. All right. I'm sure of it. But how can I prove it? Wait, what is this in reference to? I feel like this is like an actual mathematical concept that is proven, but I couldn't tell you what it is. I'm bad at maths. I'm not afraid to admit it. I'm not good with numbers. Ugh! God damn it. Mathematician. Like me? Yes, I am just a woman, but I have a new idea. No one will listen. No one cares. Ah, that's sad. That's so sad. Well, what are you to do? What are you to do? When you feel that you have something to contribute, but you are just dismissed and ignored for reasons that have nothing to do with, your ability and your knowledge. The radius was supposed to help me, but I didn't even get to state my problem. Check the wardrobe. My clothes take up only one side. Mirror. We'll take a look at herself. Hello, Emma was her name, not Emily. Emma. Nothing there. Alright. Yep. Chair? A chair. Okay, blackboard. Let's take a look here. It's the beginning of the proof. I know it is. There has to be a solution. Alright. Another chair. Oh, someone's knocking at the door. Who is it? Yes? Package for Emma Rekniczek. That is me, thank you. Alright, so from the hospital. What the hell? Something inside. Wait. There was something alive inside of that. What? Or it was like moving. Okay, she just jiggled it around. That's it. A letter. Dear Fräulein Rekniczek, we regret to inform... She's been fired, hasn't she? She's been fired. I bet you $100 she's been fired, or like something bad's happened to her because they say they regret to inform her, but they're probably, firing her from her job. So on top of being ignored by the Society of Mathematicians, she's also getting fired from her job. Oh! No, wait, this is worse. Her father. Jan Rekniczek. That's awful. Succumbed to tuberculosis early Friday morning. As you are aware, his illness was not responding to treatment, and this is the inevitable outcome. We wanted to assure you that he passed peacefully in his sleep. Rip indeed. And just the previous evening, his thoughts were of you. We know you share our belief that he has gone to a better place where his suffering is finally at an end. Man. As you know, your father requested his clothing and personal effects be kept for you. We have therefore included them in this box. That's very sad. That is indeed very sad. You have a sincere condolences for our loss, for your loss, rather. In sympathy, Johann Klinger, Senior Physician, Sanatorium, Salzburg, Austria. Unfortunate turn of events. I mean, it's like... It's you... What? It's your fault, Father. You raised me to believe in... So now she's going through conflicting emotions. Because if we do consider things, right? If we do consider things, nothing can stop the inevitable march of time, right? No one lives forever. As sad as that sounds to say, as, worrisome as that is, no one lives forever. But whenever you do suffer a loss of someone close to you, of someone you care about, of, someone who's been with you since you were literally born, right? In this case, her father. It does shock you to the core. It does get you to reassess how you see life, right? Because, when you're born, your parents are there, right? And then so it's like your parents, like, obviously not everybody's in that situation, but for a lot of people, having your parents there is kind of like a constant in your lives, because, they're literally there for your entire life. So to lose one of your parents can potentially be quite traumatic in the sense that something that you had internalized as being there forever now is gone forever. And that can lead people to reevaluating how they look at life overall, how they look at certain things, how they look at certain people, how they see their own life's trajectory as well. And so in this particular moment, in her grief, she is questioning all of her life's choices, which is really, really sad to see. You believed in me, but now you are gone. What good is it if no one else does? Hours later. I need to put his things away. The next morning. Did she get any sleep at all? Oh, she's getting inspired. I can't make any headway. It's no use. I have to get to the library. I'm late already. Okay, so I imagine... Well, she's like a teacher, I guess. Right? She says she's a mathematician. But I assume just because she's a woman, like, she wouldn't be allowed to teach. So maybe she's like a graduate, but, working for the library or something like that. I don't know. If I wasn't drowning in memories. Dad. Oh, man. That's sad. I don't know how to continue. Okay. Let's just get out of here. Let's get out of here, guys. And make our way to the... Well, I guess we'll go to work. I kind of want to go to the cafe. Well, actually, wait, no, let's go to the cafe. We can take a day off, right? They have such thing as bereavement leave here in this setting, don't they? Yes, madame. I would like to dine. Of course, I will show you to a table. Mm-hmm. Debating gentlemen patrons. We'll go to the debate. Oh, okay. Okay. We'll see if we can... It's the waiter. I wonder if he's going to let us walk there. Is he? He's walking away. All right. Right. Barging in the radius again would be a waste of time. Okay. I kind of want to just like burst my way in there and just be like, hey, you may have gotten rid of me yesterday, but I still have something to say, you old shits. But unfortunately, that's not an option. So, well, the radius would never allow women. Yeah, unfortunately, she's gonna have to find some other way to prove her worth. But it's difficult because, what else can we do? It's that kind of society. So yeah, I think she just works as a librarian. So she probably does have formal education in mathematics, but because of the discrimination at play, she doesn't have the capacity to hold down like a job as a professor or something along those lines, right? So she just works at the library, which I mean, there's nothing wrong with working at the library. Okay, so actually, this was quite a while ago. It was a long time ago, actually, now that I think about it. But there was a period of time in my life where I did actually want to work in the library, right? And I would look up, like, open jobs. I would look up open jobs and, try and find librarian roles, because you have... And there's not that many going around. Number one, there's not that many going around. But, you have different institutions that did have open positions for librarians. So, you have like the local library, and those are sort of like government funded and that sort of thing. But then you also have things like, various high schools. So if you have like a private school or something along those lines, they might have, a private library for the students there. And then sometimes they would be open. And so... I went on, like employment websites and things like that, just looking for roles like that for a reasonable period of time. I mean, I was already employed at the time, so it's not like I was, out of work, but it was something that I was interested in looking into. And the one thing that, well, I knew this to an extent already, but the one thing that I didn't realize is, because I was able to get interviews for some roles, right? I was able to get interviews for, I think, 1 or 2 roles. This was a while ago. But the one thing that I didn't realize, and the one thing I wasn't prepared for, was actually how technical, like the technical skills that you need to become a librarian. Because like I knew, Dewey Decimal System, I knew basic like librarian practices and things like that. So in my head, I was thinking, look, I can be like a librarian assistant and then move up and then that sort of thing. Like I would be able to get it, right? I would be able to get it. But no, there's actually, there's actually a certificate component where you need to demonstrate specific technical knowledge that relates to librarian work. And I was actually surprised at, how specific and detailed it was. And obviously I didn't meet the qualification, so I never got the job. But it was sort of eye-opening because I have memories of like being in high school and then seeing the librarians there at the high school and then, moving into university and seeing the librarians there. In my head, I always felt like, beyond Dewey Decimal System, beyond maintaining databases and systems of like, people and doing like basic clerical work and that sort of thing, I didn't really think that there was too much to being a librarian. But apparently there is, there's a lot of technical certification that you actually need in order to get into, into that kind of career. And I think part of the reason that is because there's actually not that many roles. So it's considered like a specialist position. And so you might have a lot of people that, might be interested in it, or might be like me thinking, oh, how hard is it to maintain a library? I know DDC, I know Dewey Decimal, DDC, DDS, like I know Dewey Decimals, it's like, it's good enough. It's good enough. How hard is it? It's just basic admin work. But no, there's a lot more to a job like, being a librarian than, than what you'd expect going into it. And it was sort of illuminating going into that interview and being completely unprepared, because I thought to myself, look, I have some admin experience, I know Dewey Decimal System, I have some tangential, formal education that relates to it. So I should be fine, at least in the interview. Like I might not get the job, but I'll at least come around looking okay, right? I'll give it my best shot. And no, I was completely unprepared, and I looked like an absolute idiot. I looked like an absolute idiot. So, that's just a reminder that, a job like a librarian may seem easy, and there are a lot of jobs like this, right, that may seem easy on the surface, but are either very demanding in a technical sense or are very demanding in other senses that people who, might not know unless they actually try to break into that industry. So that is just, just a little reminder not to underestimate, people like librarians. So, but how to continue? How can I observe the functions of change? Well, maybe some aspect that's missing. Maybe I have to reverse my approach. No. Okay, I guess that didn't work. I am returning boy's own adventures. Okay, sure thing, lad. It was so exciting. Okay, that's nice. No, that actually is nice. Pirates and soldiers and mountain climbers. Your book is overdue, young man. That'll be 2 kronen. Sorry. Thank you. Good day. Overdue books. How could he? Could you ever... like, overdue books? That couldn't be me. That couldn't be me, guys. Small boy swallowed some coins and was taken to the hospital. What? When his grandmother came to see how he was, a nurse said... No change yet. But okay, I guess we'll just leave it at that. Why can't I see it? A state of change. That's like... a falling leaf suspended in midair. Okay, it's a fitting image. Excuse me, is this a good book on gardening? My roses are being difficult. The Art of the Formal Garden by Carl Dorn. Yes, madame, Professor Dorn is a noted botanist. Alright. She's probably the Madame Shaw, from earlier, who was yelling at the kid. That's probably her. Nothing I try is correct. I just don't know how to continue. Well, press the continue button, lady. Almost done with the work for the day. Maybe I should get something to eat and just try again tomorrow. Yes. Some food from the market should change things. Oh, he's reading a physics book. Forest of bookshelves. That's the row for the book on physics. Biology. Oh, wait, I didn't mean to leave the library. I wanted to click on... whatever. We'll go... Volksgarten? Ooh, hidden area. It's not highlighted. Ooh, fancy. Huh. I could have sworn this was the way to the market. I wonder... Oh, women can't be mathematicians. Is it possible I could fool them? But how could I? Father, your clothes. You left them to me. Oh, Father, you left them to me. She's going to disguise herself. What? What? Wow. Wow. So she's going to pretend to be a man in order to get into the mathematician circle. Jeez. Well, isn't she just a trendsetter, you know? She's a female mathematician. She's a reverse Babi Niku. Like, wow. Talk about a trendsetter, guys. Alright, father left me his clothes. I could use them to pose as a mathematician. They're home in the wardrobe. We'll actually go to the market first. Why? Because we're already nearly there. And I'm hungry. Let's get something to eat. Let's get something to eat. Alright. What does the policeman want? Talk to the butcher. Nothing wrong with a bit of meat. Madame, how can I help you? I'd like to buy some meat. Half a kilo of beef, please. Top round. Woo. Very nice, very nice. She's going all in. All in on that beef. Alright, there we go. We'll go to the vegetable vendor, get something as well. Pretty lady, anything for you? What does it say on the blackboard? Oh, can't you read it? I thought that it was very well written. It says, today, do 50 grams of chanterelles for 40 hella and 1 kilo of bullets for 1 krone. I see, thank you. But why the potato drawing at the top? Potato? That's a mushroom. Oh, of course, I totally see it. This guy, he's borderline illiterate. He can't write everything. That's a lot of potatoes. That's a lot of potatoes. Have you guys, has anybody in chat ever like bought a kilo of potatoes? That's a decent amount. No, well, we'll take the chanterelles. We'll take the chanterelles, please. All right. Old lady. So what does she have to offer? What does she have to offer? Yes, I would like to speak up, dear. I would like to buy something. All right, what do you want to buy? Let's get some pretzels, actually. Nothing wrong with some pretzels. Nothing wrong with some pretzels at all. All right. Excuse me. Talk to the police officer. How can I help with the lady? Never mind. I don't care. His mouth doesn't move. We'll get some flowers, too. Shalom, my lady. Okay, so... Can I even say it? Like, this guy's Jewish. Like, it's not a bad thing. He's just Jewish because he says shalom. How about some flowers to brighten up these gloomy times? No, thank you. Flowers never survive long in my hands. Why is she so pessimistic? What the heck? Oh, my word. But I couldn't feel... Yo! She's great at these jokes, but I couldn't find the time. Wait, mate! Oh, sheesh. Man. Okay, I really hope Emma succeeds. Like, her sense of humor is on point. I love these jokes. A fine lady such as yourself would surely be interested in some exquisite ointments. Yes, what exactly are you selling? Let's see. I sell all kinds of useful things, hey? Cures curses. Ointments and curiosities. The lady might be interested in these eye drops. Make the pupils of the eyes dilate. It is deemed very attractive. The lady can certainly benefit. Excuse me, don't disrespect as meant the noblest of intentions. You could pretty yourself up, dear. I only wish to help the lady become, well, more. I am not interested. My mother used such drops, and she nearly went blind. Well, if you're not going to buy anything, please make room for the customers that do. What customers? I don't see anybody here. But no, we're going to go back. We're going to go back. And we're going to go ahead and run back to the apartment in order to dress up. We're going to dress up as a... we're going to dress up as a man. And that will be our way into the radius. Alright. Mirror. Hello, Emma. No, wait. Wait, where's the clothes? I guess we could just look at the blackboard again. I got oh, okay, in the wardrobe. Okay. So we go into the wardrobe, we pick up some clothes, and I can use them to pose as a male mathematician and finally get access to the radius. Let's see. A normal hat? Really? Really? No hat? Well, glasses are useful. A top hat over a normal hat. Okay, okay. Which jacket should I wear? Okay. We'll go for the coat. Really? Refuse to... okay, then jacket. It was a bit big, but I think that will work. Okay. And then we have trousers. There we go. Tie. Cane. No? Okay. Can't wear your own shirt. There we go. We're dressed for success, guys. We're dressed for success. I can leave the outfit on these chairs. All right, there we go. Change. There we go. It's like a magical girl anime, except instead of changing into a magical girl that fights monsters and fights enemies, we're changing into an old crusty mathematician so that we can fight other old guys inside, you know, a cafe private room. It's a reverse Babiniku. Oh my word. I have it. Hello, Emil. Tomorrow I'll leave the radius speechless. There we go. Now she's going to dream. Now she's going to dream. The next day. Oh, sheesh. Look at this. Look at this, guys. Wow. Now, the radius will receive Emil. Yeah, because it's not Emma, right? It's Emil. Yeah, I could try getting past the maitre d', or the matre, and into the radius. So now we'll go ahead and do that. Oh! Oh, okay, hold on. Let me move out of the way for a second. Because you can see there, you can actually change into Emma or Emil. So it's become like a game mechanic now, where you can determine... Whoops. You can determine, you know, what gender you... You can determine whether you look like a man or a woman. Sorry, I meant to go to the cafe. I meant to go to the cafe. All right. Good afternoon, sir. I believe you are new to our cafe. How can you tell? Oh, I never forget a face. I never forget a face. Extraordinary. Well done. How may I assist you? I am Emil Schnell, a visiting mathematician from Berlin. I was told I must introduce myself to the gentleman of the radius. Berlin! How wonderful! Wunderbar. Unfortunately, you were the first to arrive. What do you suggest? My dear sir, of course you are welcome to wait for them in the back room. Do you see the door? Ah, the radius. Yes, very clever. Haha, I thank you. This person's like playing dumb. It's actually kind of cute. It's actually kind of cute. Like the idea like, oh yeah, I'm just going to play dumb and pretend. I'm just going to pretend. But we'll go ahead. And we'll wait in the back room. I want to see how this is received. I want to see how this is received. All right. And then we'll sit on one of the empty seats in the back here. I don't want to take this seat because that's probably like the main seat, right? So we'll sit in a seat here. The chair smells a bit like smoke and there's some cat hair? Oh, do they keep a cat? There's a deep impression on the backrest of the chair. Seems like it's been in use for a long time. There's some curious scratch marks on the armrests. This chair reeks of cigar smoke. There's a bottle of schnapps underneath. What the hell is going on in here? Carpet. It looks cozy. Strangely deformed seat. My god! This is an impressive These mathematicians are thick! I wonder whose seat this is. The seat is very clean compared to the others. I can't stand sitting. Golf clap. Good job, lady. Alright, let's see what the problem they've been mulling over. Problem of the week. Keeping their minds active. With puzzles posed by Zalo, no doubt. Intriguing. And this week it's about the origin of the number pi. Pi. No. I must prove myself by solving this. Pi. The radius. Whoa! Okay. So you can actually pick what it is, right? So 3's there. So I imagine it would be like... Wait. Huh? It'd be like 3.14, right? So it'd be like that, right? 3.14? Ah! If I picture it like that, then it becomes fairly obvious. Pi is the key to the circle. Yes. No, I tell you that won't work either. The Euler method only works up to a certain point. You never agree with me. Zalo himself couldn't find anything. They're like, who's this guy writing on our blackboard using our chalk? A visitor. You must forgive me, gentlemen. I hope what I have written here can serve as a calling card. It can indeed, sir. And they're gonna look it over. That is quite remarkable. It's the same guy that laughed at me before, by the way. Oh, so it's Zala himself. Gernot Gazala, at your service. And you are? My name is Emil Schnell, from the Friedrich Wilhelms Universität in Berlin. I thought that I knew most of the fellows at the University of Berlin, but please, feel welcome, sir, to the radius. You obviously belong. You obviously belong. Oh, hello. Ugh, please. Alright, let's, we'll take a seat, right? We'll take a seat. My god, what is it? A new theory? No, it's nothing. Oh, how disappointing. This is an impressive buttock imprint. Chanel, what's so interesting? What's so interesting about my chair? Zala, you're a bit of a fat ass. Okay, so good day. My name is Emil Schnell. And you are? Good day, Herr Schnell. My name is Stefan Nenner. You said you're from the University of Berlin? Yes, that is correct. So you are a lecturer as well. I teach at the University of Vienna in the mathematics faculty. I look forward to comparing notes. Gladly. Ha! I found something. Alright, we'll talk to Zala about it. Ah! Schnell! Sir, what is your area of expertise? What? Tell me. Do you know many lecturers at the Berlin University? Do you keep in touch with them? Some of them. But I was always very busy with my work. So, do you know Robert Koch? Koch? I'm asking because... never mind why. Do you know him? No, I'm sorry. Oh, that's a shame. Robert Koch. I should look into that name when I get the time, in case it's important for my ruse. Right. Do you teach... Do you... I myself... This guy's so forceful. And he's like so... I don't know. He's like a big noter. It's like, oh, you know, I know this person. I know that person. You know, I'm a famous mathematician. You know, I myself attended the Berlin University. I studied under the great Karl Weierstrass himself. A gifted man. And me, of course, his best student. There were others. Ugh, that Russian woman. What? She wasn't even allowed to audit classes. But never mind that. You must surely know of Weierstrass as well. Father of modern analysis, they call him. Weierstrass. I'd better learn more about my colleagues in Berlin, of course, but... So you see, I am very selective about the Radius members. This guy's an asshole. Alright. Okay, this guy's asleep. They're arguing. I don't want to intrude. Okay. How about this person, the cigar smoke guy? My name is Emil Schnell. Rauch. A pleasure to make your acquaintance, Herr Rauch. What is your field of expertise?
complex analysis, number theory. A prime combination. Your fields of expertise. Try. No. He doesn't get it. Oh, you wouldn't get it. I'm looking for help with my current thesis. Topic: functions of change in conjunction with time and states. Not my area of expertise. Alright, so I guess we have to talk to Zala about our problem. Ah, Schnell, I would like to talk about my theory. So, Herr Schnell, you are a professor at Berlin. Of course you must be, but probably very new to it. Actually, or a supply teacher. Harumph. Herr Zala. Harumph. What? What is it? I would like to talk about my theory. Fine. Fine. Let's hear it. Functions of change in conjunction with time and states. Curious. That sounds a lot like my own work. Well, I cannot deal with such distractions at this time. I need to work on my own theories. But do ask the other members. They need the challenge. But I did ask. Okay, so nothing new, right? Okay. I did ask, and nobody helped me out. So, Neno? Okay. Maybe I can ask Neno for help. Neno is like the most polite of the mathematicians so far. So, what do you teach exactly? I teach discrete mathematics. I was also taught a short lesson on something very interesting a couple of weeks back about a process called the Markov chain. I try to broaden my horizon of my students every now and then with theories. So out of this group, this guy seems like he's the least elitist, and he seems like he's the most willing to be open-minded about things. So what's a Markov chain? I'm glad you asked. No one around here seems to be interested in discussing new theories anymore. A Markov chain, as Markov himself describes it, is a process where one transitions to another with the probability of the next state depending purely on the current one. Ooh, so that is actually pretty close to what we're looking for, right? It's pretty close. Consider a drunkard walking on a numbered line. Each step he either moves forward by one or backwards by one. So, the next step or state depends only on his current position and not where he has stumbled already. Correct. Very interesting. I have a question about one of the other members. What do you want to know? I want to know about the two arguing fellows. Nikik and Worm. Excuse me, those are their names. The one on the left is Nikik. They don't seem to get along very well. Oh, don't worry, they fight a lot. What about? Math, mostly. Alright. That's Elric, the doctor's in our circle. Why is he sleeping? It was subtle at first. He just fell asleep one time and no one noticed. Now he feels so at home here, he just falls asleep every afternoon. You know what? You know what? Look how old this guy is, right? He's got it made. He's a tenured professor at a famous university. You know, he's respected in his field. If you were doing that well for yourself, you know, why not just take a breather? Why not just take a break for yourself and, you know, go ahead and just, you know, sleep, right? Sleep during the day. Why not? Why not? So, okay, we're going to go ahead. Known for so long, we don't really mind. All right. Now we're going to talk about the current thesis. I want to talk about the current thesis. I'm looking for some help with my current thesis. What are you working on? Functions of change. I'm looking into change states in these kinds of functions. Intriguing, but I don't think I can be of much help with that. My focus is on discrete mathematics, unmoving parts of constant systems. Perhaps one of the other members could assist you. But the Markov chain you explained before is just that, a process of change. Just because discrete mathematics is my area of expertise doesn't mean I enjoy dabbling in all things mathematical, with varying degrees of success. They've got a similar sense of humor. Alright. Take care. You too, Shell. This guy's nice, though. Okay, hold on. Rochim's taciturn. He wasn't always. He actually has quite a brilliant mind, but he's a horrible teacher. Don't tell him I said that. Tell me about Zala. What about him? Is he the founder of the Radius? Yes, along with Ulrich and Rauk. How did the radius come to be? Well, as far as I know, Zala was looking for like-minded people, sort of elite mathematicians, the best of the best, to exchange opinions and theories on all things mathematics. He had heard about a circle of mathematicians in London, and so he decided to found himself here in Vienna. His Majesty was intrigued and agreed to fund the radius as long as it led to mathematical progress. Ulrich and Ralk were quick to join, as were several others. Over time, Worm, then Nikik, and I joined as well. Take care, you too, Shell. Alright, so we've exhausted all the dialogue with these characters. I'm not 100% sure on, what we can still do. We'll talk to Zala, see if he has anything else to say. Okay. Here he is. Ha, I found something. Well, what did you find? Caricature. Someone sketched caricature of Zala. It's quite accurate. Ha! Okay, picture. It's a picture of the members of the Radius. Well, I mean, at this point, I would just leave, right? Because we've already explored everything that we can do here, right? We've explored everything we can do. That's downright nonsense. Oh, who said that? Why don't you have... it's these two arguing. But it's like, what is there left, right? We've talked to everybody. They're arguing, I don't want to intrude. Ulrich, and then Ralk. Goodbye. Yeah, see, we've already exhausted talking to everyone. There's nothing left. So I guess we're just going to leave. And we have to acknowledge that this elite circle of mathematicians aren't really of that much help. I came here looking for help, but these mathematicians, I'm not certain they can help. If they can't, what will I do? I hope my masquerade wasn't a waste of time. Yeah, these guys weren't useful at all. But you know what? The disguise worked. So, I'll chalk that up as a win. So we're going to go ahead and head back to the apartment, guys. Ahem. Ignore the women. Stare questioningly at the two women. Hold the door for the two women. So we could just ignore the women, but we'll be nice. We'll hold the door for the two women. Ladies, if you would. Thank you for holding the door. There we go. A little bit chivalrous. I trust your visit with the Radius was rewarding her, Shell. It was so-and-so. If I could not remember how I was treated, I would not know how to mimic it now. Every change in behavior occurs over time. I'm afraid I don't understand mathematics. You're exactly right. It is mathematics. What is your name? Maurice, sir. Maurice, yes, of course. Of course it would be. What? All maîtres are named Maurice. Maurice, you're a genius. What? If only my parents had seen that. What? What did she mean by this? What did Emma mean by this? I'm actually really confused as to what's going on. Anyway. It is much too hot in here dressed like this. So, it's time to change out of those clothes. Quick now, I must write this down. Alright. Change into Emma. There we go. I'm going to make sure that she is able to, work on her mathematical theories as Emma. That's one thing that I do want to make sure. Days ago, I would not have known what the ladies at the cafe expected of me. But just now I remembered the gentleman who once opened the door for me. My behavior changed. And that change transpired over... What the heck? Well, what the hell does this all mean? What? Time? T? Time. Every change occurs over time. That's it. Of course. Eureka. Oh, I was so blind. That's it. Huh? The hell could that be at this hour? It's the kid. Emma, am I interrupting? Yes, you are, you little shit. Now get out of my face before I make you get out. Today you look much happier. Today I am happier, Nicole. How are you? The same. I'm always the same. Have your parents returned? No, they've gone on to Sweden. Nicole! It's time for your history lesson! History. I hate history. It never changes. Oh. Alright. Very nice. So, another day. Days later. Alright. So change happens over time. I think that this is probably a decent stopping point for now, guys. We're going to go ahead and return just back to the panel here. And so it's like, you know, I could keep playing, I guess, but my voice is actually kind of hurting really bad. You know, like my throat is feeling really, really dry. And even though I'm drinking stuff, it's like, it's not ideal. Yeah, it's not ideal. It's one thing that I want to work on, right? Increasing my stream time length. But as for right now, it's just, yeah. It's just something that's a little bit difficult for me because I feel like I talk a decent amount in my streams. And so my voice wears out pretty quickly. And I don't want a situation where my voice like completely wears out by the weekend. So I'm probably going to end things here. I just want to say, you know, thank you guys for coming. I really do appreciate your presence. You know, whether you were here for just one moment or whether you were here for the whole stream, whether you were, you know, blowing up the chat or whether you were lurking, I really do appreciate your presence. Thank you so much for coming along. And also a special thank you to Spike for the raid, Spike AD, you know, a punk racing VTuber. So thank you so much for that. Before I go, I will shill my YouTube channel because I do have a schedule up where I'll do 2 streams a week and I'll do 1 YouTube upload a week. So I will do my YouTube uploads on Wednesdays and I will do my streams on Thursdays and Fridays. So please look forward to that, guys. But from Toru to you, thank you, take care, and I hope to see you all around next time.